Hey guys, it's Marie. Today I'm gonna take you through the famous one-page Elon Musk resume to see if there are any tips and tricks that you can take with you when you are out job hunting on your own. Who knows, if Tesla ever goes bankrupt, maybe Elon has to go out job hunting. I doubt it, but the people over at Novoresume has at least made him a really nice resume he can take with him if that ever happens. It's important to keep in mind job hunting, making a resume can seem like a difficult task. There's a jungle out there, resume videos, how to build the perfect resume. Elon Musk's resume is definitely not a one-size-fits-all. The purpose of this video is just to see if there are any tips, tricks we can take with us when you are building your resume. The guys at Novoresume has taken Elon Musk's job history, achievements, education, and put them into a really nice one-page resume that I think we can learn from. With that being said, that's not a one-size-fits-all. You shouldn't definitely copy Elon's resume. Some people might want to cram as much information as possible into their resume. I have seen people's resume be up to 3 to 4, even 7 pages long. Let's face it, that's just too much. A recruiter or an employer probably gets around 10, 20, 50, maybe hundreds of applicants for a given role. What you want to do, keep things short and sweet. That gives potential employer the chance to take a glance at your resume, not have to print it out, read it in front of the fireplace. It needs to be short, sweet, bite size. Let's start with the most obvious part, the layout. You see a clean, simple design with colored blocks highlight each of his experiences. He has a few different fonts and sizes going on in here, a good way to create a good flow through the whole thing. You can also see that he has put the dates and geographical location in italics, as well as chosen a different color for those parts, really providing that sectioning that people who read your resume will appreciate. Of course, if you do use a service like Novoresume, make sure there are no logos in the final version. Always download your resume as a PDF. A summary is meant to give whoever reads your resume a bite-sized feel for who you are, not necessarily the skills or achievements you have had in your career. In this example, we can read about someone who is passionate about the environment, really future-oriented. It's all about making a statement without stating the obvious. Studies show that you only have 6 seconds to make an impression with your resume. Let them be able to take a quick glance to get the most important information quickly. Remember how we talked about those 6 seconds you have to make an impression? Let's say that an employer receives your resume, and instead of reading it, he or she just checks out your picture and moves on. Wouldn't you rather have that time spent on checking out your work history or your education? If you do include a picture, make sure to keep it very professional looking and not taking up half of your space. A good picture does not make a bad resume look better, but a bad picture can make a good resume look not so great. Have you applied for tons of jobs but not heard back yet? Did you make sure to put your number and email address correctly in? There's nothing worse than getting a good application, picking up the phone to reach Elon. Turns out the number is wrong. I don't know whether or not this is Elon's real number. It's at least really easy to find. Now let's move on to work experience. This resume is in a semi-chronological order with the most recent and up-to-date work experience up top. You can also assume that if Elon was out looking for a new role, he would be checking for tech, engineering type companies, as his most recent role is listed as SpaceX. You want to make sure that your most recent role is relevant to the position you're applying for. If you're looking to change fields, make sure to highlight whatever transferable skills or projects you have in your bullet points. When you create your resume, ask yourself questions about what some of your career highlights have been. Perhaps you helped open a new store or won Employee of the Month. Put things that are relevant to the role you're applying for and things you're proud of in there. Really have a think about what's relevant, but also what's interesting. It's really interesting to me that Elon helped raise $1 million by selling baseball caps. That's something I would love to ask him more about if I ever got the chance to interview him. You want to pique and keep the interest of whoever is reading your resume. Now let's check out Elon's skills and competencies. Here he highlights some of his strong points. He has also made use of some interesting formatting. This makes it stand out even more smart giving anyone reading this another shot at getting a lot of information in a short amount of time. Do you like long walks on the beach? Are you married and have 3 kids and a dog? Or do you dabble in scrapbooking? Well, your next employer probably doesn't care about that. However, if your interest is relevant to a job you're applying for, keep it in there. Elon has quite a big list of interests, and while I would advise to keep this section smaller, his potential next place of work would probably like it if they knew he was into artificial intelligence. Something else Elon has not put in is his education history. He has replaced that with achievements and awards. And because he has a long track record of success, this is something he is fine to replace. However, if you're just starting out looking for entry-level positions, you should put your education history in there. In that case, that's something to really lead with and highlight. Really elaborate your minor, major, and favorite subjects, and whatever extra activities you did, maybe internships. This can help move attention away from your lack of work experience. If you're more senior and have a long work history, your education can take a little bit of a backseat. It's more important to highlight your most recent and relevant role. This does not apply again if you're looking to change fields. Maybe you recently took some classes in something else that you want to highlight. That shows that you're interested in that field. To sum up, you have 6 seconds to make a good first impression. You need to edit, highlight relevant and recent experience, lead with your strengths, and choose a format that suits you. Okay guys, that's it for me. Good luck on your job search. Remember to subscribe, check out my other videos, and build a great resume.